Welcome everybody to another episode of CEX Carboot Exchange. I came up with that earlier. It's my new title for the show. Episode 2. So what do we get? Pretty good. One down. Actually all came from the same stall. Literally. So went to the car boot. Got there. Literally the first stall, like the first, they were getting some stuff out. And he had an Xbox out. So I asked him how much, £10. I had to think about it. Saw there was a couple of controllers in there, so I was like, probably they'll pay for itself. Actually wasn't the best. When I actually got home and checked it, it wasn't the best. So it's an Elite with the wrong cover on, no hard drive, all the cables and stuff. It's got the red ring of death, so first downer of the day, you could say. But what about the controllers? Well, yeah. So this one, the analog sticks sticking, so that can't go in. That's bust. This one's okay. Again, the analog stick's not the best. It's not too bad. They'd probably take that, to be fair. There's my £10 back. Needs a cover. I've got one of them somewhere. And then there's another one, which is actually really nice condition, but this button here is bust. So yeah, there's also a charger. So, and then some games. So hopefully this is where I'll make my money back on this, because if not, fuck's sake. Viva Pinata. I think that these are all like a couple of quid exchange. I'll put the little thing just here. Halo 3, Black Ops, Grand Theft Auto 4, Halo Wars, Shadowrun, Call of Duty World at War. So there's probably a tenner there in exchange. So not the best thing. Well, now I look at it, but when you're there and you don't really have time to check these things. It happens. Well, I can't really complain. I should get my money back for it. No problem. So anyway, then the bloke pulled out a Wii. Asked him how much, £10. I was like, because there wasn't really much with it. And I thought, you know what? I'll go for it. This is also £10. And actually, to be fair, it's like really good condition. So hopefully I'll get boxed for that at CEX. Should do. Box is nice. It's like all there. So, and I think that's about 18 at CEX. Then some games, Wii Sports, no case. My local CEX, I'll say one of my locals, doesn't take Wii Sports no more because they've got too many. The cardboard sleeve version anyway. I was speaking to the bloke who says we don't take them because we can't display them, like because they're in a little cardboard sleeve. Anyway, Carnival Games Mini Golf. It's actually sealed, that one. Sonic Unleashed, so a couple of quid in that one. E-Active, nothing. Zumba Fitness, probably like 50p. Mario Sonic, a couple of quid in that. Tomb Raider Underworld, and Just Dance, which makes a couple of quid. So there's probably, I don't know. It'll be on the screen. So that was £10. And then he had this as well. And at first I wasn't going to bother. Check CEX. Give you £8 for it. He said £2. So just the Wii board and the game, obviously. So it's not too bad. £8. And then he pulled out another box with PlayStation 2 in. I had a quick look through the box. No controller. So I was just like, I think he said £6. I was just like, I give you £5, mate. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. PS2 controllers, pain in the ass to find in working condition. Never fucking work. Never work. We've got Buzz the Big Quiz. Shite. Buzz Hollywood Quiz and Buzz the Music Quiz. Yeah. There's no value in them. But the buzz controllers, I think you get like £1.30, so I'll probably take them in because I have no use for them. So that's them. And then when I got home, saving grace, you could say, in the bottom of the PS2 box was this little bad boy, a PlayStation Move remote. And at the moment you're getting £17 at CEX for one of them, so that's pretty good. And then I found this, also in the bottom of the box, the navigation controller, which I think is £3. And then, where did I find this one? I can't remember what this was. Anyway, I found another Move remote. I think it was actually in the Wii stuff, I think. Yeah, it was at the bottom of the Wii box. So I was just like, result. So there's like 39 quid there. So that's actually paid for all of it. 42 quid with that little doobah. So obviously can't trade the PS2 in because there's no, obviously, controller. It's actually pretty nice condition for a silver. The silvers normally show the scratches really bad. I suppose because it's actually painted on, you could say. It's a silver coating, should I say, whereas the standard black's just black plastic. It's got the leads for it, just missing the controller. So for some reason silver PS2 controllers are so difficult to find. Well, not find, but I do find them all the time. They just never work. Some of the buttons don't work. Just PS2 controllers in general, they don't work. So that was that. Literally, that was the first car boot I went to. And then I drove quite far to another one. Massive car boot, massive. But unfortunately, it was like the only one on in that area because a lot near me had cancelled because they thought it was going to rain or the field wasn't dry enough yet. So what did I find there? Well, not a fucking lot. Yeah, I kept seeing stuff and it was just like the prices were ridiculous. So only I saw this woman had an Xbox 360. I think she wanted £30 for it. So I was like, no way, not paying that. But she had 2 remotes for it. So I said, would you sell one separately? And she's like, yeah. I was like, £4? I was like, because I thought, at this point I've got to buy at least something. Checked it all works. It's actually really nice condition. I don't think they've really been used. Yeah, just a black one. So I think they give you 10 quid for them. So not the best profit there, but I needed something. So yeah, yeah. I guess a lot of the stores at the car boot, they're always there. You can always tell someone who goes every week because they'll have prices on everything, and they'll all be like ridiculous. Some bloke had some like sports Mega Drive games, like 10 quid each, and he put like vintage video games on them, £10 on each one. I was just like, wow. I was just thinking, they're worth like a quid, mate. So anyway, I don't know how much I'll get a CX for this. I'll probably tot it up in the corner here how much I should get. Whether I'll get that, I don't know. I'll probably end up spending it all in the store. It's my new thing. I can't actually leave the store without spending all my voucher, which is a good thing because I can do another video and obviously add it on just to show you what I got. There's one of my locals got some nice Mega CD games in, so I may have to buy some of them, but we'll see. So I may see you in a couple of seconds with my CX pickups. I may not, but I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for the new subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video. How's it going, everyone? So took all that stuff in. It's actually been quite a while since I did that. I got stricken down with some dirty illness, so I've been coughing. God knows, it's been horrible. So it's been like a couple of weeks since I traded all that in. Just to highlight some of the comments from the last video I did. Very mixed opinions, you could say. Some were obviously saying, yeah, CX is great, blah blah blah, and then some people were like, which I wasn't expecting. I suppose I should have expected it. A bit of negativity about how I procure the stuff from the car boot. Some people were saying, oh, they hate people like me, resellers who go around, they just gobble up all the games and stuff like first thing in the morning. I mean, I've been going to the car boot since I was 10, buying games from the car boot since I was 10 or so, and yeah, I remember fondly them people. So yeah, it's not I wouldn't say I've become one of them, but you could see that. But the first point I want to make is there's a lot worse people out there doing it than me. I'm just buying it, taking it to the stores, getting some credit, and then exchanging it into something for my collection, where they're just doing it for a quick buck, you could say. Some people saying, "Oh, you know, why don't you just buy what you want and then leave the rest for someone who might want it?" Which, yeah, that's a fair point, but there's going to be, like, if I didn't buy it, there'd be 50 resellers behind me buying it. And then there was another comment like, "Oh, but you know, a kid could want that to get it with pocket money," which again, fair point. But like I say, chances are it'd be gone, long gone, by the time kids are going to look around the car boots and stuff. And also there's a risk reward sort of aspect to it. Like the Xbox 360 didn't work, so obviously I had the games to trade in, which were I don't know exactly how much I got. I think I got about £12 from it at CEX. So obviously, if you look at it that way, was it really worth it? The controllers, none of the controllers worked. It took me, I spent like 2-3 hours just fixing one controller, basically taking two apart and making one which worked. So I mean, that's 2 hours. You know, you're saying, oh, you know, it's not just me getting it and then quickly going to the shop and, you know, and trading it all in. No, I've got to fix some of the stuff which doesn't work. A lot of the discs as well, especially the Xbox 360 and the Wii stuff, the discs are like so scratched. It's alright saying, oh, a kid could have wanted that, but the chances are it wouldn't have worked. My local CX, basically they'll take the stuff in. If it's really scratched, they'll put it in the machine and buff it. Obviously, if it's really scratched, they won't take it. All that stuff they took, which I was quite surprised because there was a few which were really scratched, but they put them in the machines, buffed them up, and they were fine. So again, it's alright saying, oh, a kid could have had that, but well, he's going to be disappointed when he gets home and it doesn't work. So there's that aspect as well. Someone else saying, oh, you know, I was getting the arse when other people got the stuff before me. What I was focusing mostly on was the fact that the person got the stuff, it was dirt cheap, and then he knocks them down even further. I think it was like, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there was some Wii games for £1 each, some not heavy hitters, but you know, some good trade fodder, and then he was like knocking them down to 50p. The whole point was, I was just saying, like, why would you do that? Like, you know what they're worth. It's just cheeky, but hey. So yeah, anyway, on with that. So obviously I took all that stuff in. I got the trading receipt here, £110 and 50p. I believe the stuff cost me 20, and I probably said this in the first section of the video, 20. Oh, so long ago. I think it was about 26 quid off the top of my head. I think it was 26 quid, I think, for all that stuff. So obviously not a bad markup. Like I said, I took everything. The only things I didn't take in was obviously the Xbox and the controllers. Didn't work. Obviously I have fixed one of the controllers, so obviously I'll be taking that in at some point. So you could say I got £120.50 once I've traded that in. The Carnival Golf game for Wii, which was sealed, I didn't bother taking that in. Obviously the loose copy of Wii Sports, didn't take that in. But apart from that, I even took all them PS2 Buzz games in, because I just thought, you know what, they are literally worthless, them games. So even if I get 10p for them, I think I got 90 pence for one. So so anyway, enough waffle with that. Oh, actually, another thing, the Wii, the boxed Wii, they didn't take it as boxed. The chap says, yeah, that's fine, you'll get box price for that. And when I came back, the hinge on the door had snapped, which is complete bullshit because I didn't take it in like that. And I remember actually putting it in because it was actually separate from the console, and it was fine. I mean, they've done this to me twice now. They've snapped the actual door off. So obviously I kicked off about that, but I mean, what are you going to do? So I had to ask for the box back actually. I was like, well, if you're selling it discounted, I want the box back. So next time I can go in with a Wii, I can try and get a box price again. So just one, that's a good point. If you're taking a Wii and you want if you want a normal price or boxed price, might be worth mentioning and say, look, that hinge ain't broke on the door. If I come back and it's fucking broke, then again, what are you gonna do if they've broke it? Nothing. You just have to take the 16 quid. So all this came from 2 stores. There's one online order, and I actually managed to spend all of it exactly. So I didn't spend over the voucher or under the voucher. This is exactly the amount. So first up, I saw this and I was like, that's pretty cool, to be fair. It's a Jaguar controller, boxed. I don't know how these actually go in the fucking box, because the box does not shut properly. Yeah, it was fine in the store, and then when I got home and I had a look at it, I couldn't get it back in the fucking box, so it just sort of sticks out a bit. That was 22 quid. £22. Yeah, there's hair on that. Yeah. Right, some nice Mega CD stuff here actually. I'll start with the cheapest. I'm surprised I didn't have this one in my collection actually. Nothing great. It's probably the most common Mega CD game, one of them anyway. It's the Classic Arcade Collection. So it's £5. It actually has 2 manuals in it. I assume it's supposed to. I assume because it's so there's so many games and so many different languages they've got to put in there to put 2 manuals in. So it weighs an absolute ton, that one. Excuse me. Next up, not the best price game in the world, but when you're spending voucher, it sort of makes it alright. It's Battle Corps, box condition, and to be fair, it's in lovely condition. Yeah. There's a crack there. I assume that's why they didn't classify it as mint. Some gunky shit on there. 22 on that. About the going rate. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that one. Here's a nice one actually. This is mint. Classified as mint anyway. Is it mint? Probably not, because of the CD case is all scuffed and there's no cracks in it. But it's Pitfall for Mega CD. And at first, one of my rules is I don't normally go mint at CEX, but a fellow YouTuber, Tutu UK, mentioned that this, if you order this online, it's an absolute bastard to get, because they'll send you the Mega Drive version. And I think this is £5 more for a mint one. And I thought, you know what, I can see it, I can check the condition. And yeah, like I say, it's lovely condition. I mean, the case is fine, but it's typical, it's all a bit scuffed. So you could classify it as mint, I suppose. Right, next up, we've got a Mega Drive game, and it's Miss Pac-Man. Box condition. Yeah, standard. I've actually flipped the manual around there because the corner was slightly bent up on it, so just to keep it flat. Yeah, not the best condition in the world. You could probably swap the case on that and it'll look better. There's looks like it's been crushed in there a bit, but for £8, it's not bad. Next up is the Wii U game, which I don't have. I've actually been looking at this a few times in there. I've just never picked it up. I think it was previously like £10. I was just like, I saw it and it's a £5 now, so I thought I'll definitely pick that up. And it's Angry Birds Star Wars. All there. It even comes with this manual, which is like, it's basically just a slip of paper. but a manual nonetheless, you could say. Nice condition, to be fair, for a £5. And the last game, which is the one that came from online, this was actually £2 with £1.50 postage, which rounded off the voucher nicely to the exact amount. Nothing special. NFL Quarterback Club 2000 for the Dreamcast. Surprised I didn't have this one, to be fair. It's just one which I've actually not been on the lookout for. But to be fair, I can't complain about the condition on it, because it's, to be fair, very good condition, to be fair. So £3.50 for that one. And that is it for the stuff I got with that voucher. I have bought some other stuff in between this voucher from like charity shops and Facebook pickups and so on, which I've traded in. Got some other stuff that'll obviously be in a my pickups videos, which I normally do, which might be out before this or after this video. I don't know. Anything else I want to mention about CEX? Actually, yeah, going back to the comments I received from the last video, I think someone was saying that CEX is overpriced, which they are on certain stuff, and then other stuff I don't think they are. New releases, definitely overpriced. What's a new release at the moment? Far Cry 5 is a new release. I think they sell that for like 45 quid, and that's just every new release. They just basically sell it for basically new price. And people must buy it, because you've got to remember, people will be just taking a load of shit in, like their old Xbox One games and stuff, and they'll just trade it towards that. So yeah, it is overpriced, but and then obviously the retro stuff, it's you could say it's all over the place, really. Some stuff is like ridiculously overpriced, and some stuff is actually quite underpriced. Haven't really got anything on hand, because all that stuff was sort of either bang on the right price or slightly above. I mean, Pitfall, I'd say Pitfall for 45 quid mint a couple of months ago, I'd say that's overpriced, but actually looking on eBay, it's not far off £45, and when you're spending voucher, it's a completely different ball game. So yeah, and there was a couple of comments on the Repro sleeves, I believe, just saying, you know, oh, the scammers and all that. Fair enough, yeah, they are breaking the law. You know, I'm not saying they're not. Should they be doing it? No, definitely not. But until trading standards actually steps in and does something about it, they're not going to stop doing that. So either don't use them or do use them, I suppose. I think that's all I've got to say, really. But yeah, keep on CEXing. And yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.